Right. Okay, recording also have been started. We will be starting the session, right? Let me share my screen to you. I hope my voice is clear and loud enough for you all of you to listen, right? So, hope you can see the screen now. Okay, students, let me rewind. Let me revise you what we have learned. Okay, right. So revise means I won't be doing the entire thing again, right? So last week, we started CSS, cascading style sheets. I clearly explained you what is the difference between HTML and CSS. CSS is used to do the decoration work, which means we use the CSS to do the formattings of our web pages or websites. It will we can make the web pages look very prettier using CSS. So that is what we have started, and we're going to learn that slowly, step by step. Okay, when it comes to a web page, right, inside a web page, we all have learned what is a web page or how to create a web page using HTML. HTML is the main language that we use to create web pages.
Hi, sir.
I'm sorry. Hello? Yes? I didn't hear you, Putawil. You asked something? Hello? Were you talking to me? Uh, okay, maybe. Ahmed, I think your microphone is unmuted, Puta. Ahmed, BRIC, brick. Okay, right, let's continue. Right, I was trying to explain you, I was trying to tell you, that's okay. I was trying to tell you this HTML is used to create the basic content of your web page. Content in the sense what should appear in the web page, we create using HTML. After we do that with the HTML, what we do is we will make use of CSS codes to make it look prettier. In other words, we make it look nice using CSS code. That is what we will be doing. Right. So last class, I was explaining you the operating instructions in the sense how we can get started with CSS. The very first method of using CSS is we have started, but I have not done any coding, right? Okay, I think we haven't had enough time to do it last week. Okay. There are three ways that we can write CSS codes inside a web page or in a website. One is called inline method. The other one is called internal method, and the other one is called external method. Inline, internal, external. So I will be teaching you all these three types of CSS methodology, or in other words, how to include CSS code using these type of methods, right? Okay, so first of all, let's see how we can create CSS code using inline method. Inline method. This is very basic and very easy to do. I will first of all open the web page and show you. Now this is the web page. It doesn't have much, which means it doesn't have any formattings at all. Just some headings, some paragraphs. That's all what we have. No fonts changed, no headings changed. Colors, size, alignments, nothing have been changed. Okay, just a blank web page with normal HTML. That's all. Now, if you want to do some changes, if you want to change something, what you do is, according to inline method, you will first of all go to that particular tag, right? I'm going to use the comment here. Right, inline method of using CSS. Now you can see here we have a paragraph tag starting and the paragraph tag finishing here. So in between this one is the paragraph content that we have here. This is the paragraph content. So I will go inside the paragraph tag like this. I will go inside the paragraph tag like this. And what I will do is I will type style. This is an attribute. You type style or equal sign double quotations. Okay, so style equal sign double quotation. So this is a attribute that we have given. That means it's a characteristic of the paragraph tag style. Now, when you want to write CSS rules, or in order to write CSS code is very simple. Always it goes name value name value name value pair, which means property and a value, property and a value, property and a value, which means, for example, if you want to change the color, that means the text color, you will use color. If you want to change the background color, you will use background color. If you want to change the font, you will say font. If you want to change text alignment, you will say text alignment, right? Likewise, we have a lot of attributes. In other words, CSS style properties are there. Then you will tell a property and you will tell a value for that, right? So at this moment, we're not going to learn the properties. We are learning how to write the code only first. So let's focus on that and we learn it properly, how to do it. For that purpose, I'm going to only change the color here. So I will type color. Unlike in programming languages or in like HTML, we don't use equal sign. We don't use the equal sign. Instead, we use the colon mark like this, right? Color, colon. The moment that I press the colon, you can see some brief colors have come. And if you type like, if I type green like this, it will automatically come. Likewise, there are 140 colors available in HTML, which means if I type light, all the light, or if I take dark, if I type olive, right? See all these type of colors available. 140 colors available. You can take or you can choose from. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say colon and I will type red, or I will type blue, right? Like that I'm going to do. Right. Let's give colon and I will type green. Green, right? And put a semicolon. So this is not part of the code, students. Please remember this green color box which is coming. It's not part of the code. This is a small additional thing which comes in VS Code editor. It indicates what is the color of this particular text is. Now later I will teach you how you can put the colors in RGB values, hexadecimal values, and so on and so forth. Once I start to teach you that, I will do it when I'm teaching about the background colors and how to work with backgrounds. So just be patient. I will teach you that. For the time being, please understand the command only. I'll leave some spaces so you can see. Inside the tag, you use the style attribute equal sign within double quotations. You say what is the property, colon, and you just mention a value. So green is a value here. You could give purple, pink, whatever the color that you want. Right now, we will save this project, or we'll save this file, and we'll go to the web page here and we will reload this and see. Right. So you can, I don't know whether you can clearly see that, but I'll zoom in a little bit. Here you can see this paragraph is in green color, right? So only that paragraph is in green color because I typed like that. At bottom also you have more content, but only that particular paragraph, I just wanted to change the color. So you use inside the tag, you type style, then you see equal sign, double quotes. Inside that you type a property, colon, and a value. That's it. Okay. So that is inline method. Now, next one, I'm going to teach you how to use the internal method. Let's do that in the same page. Let's go to the top of the page. You can see there is a tag called head tag opening, head tag finishing. So head tag is used to include information about the page, or we include that one as the meta tags. We include information about the web page, right? So before you finish the head tag, you can include a tag called style tag, not style attribute, just type style. Now this is a HTML tag now. So inside this one, we're going to write a code. Okay, so we will see how to write the code. So this is internal method. So this is what I have typed there is a comment. Actually, it's a CSS comment. This is called internal CSS. Okay, that's internal CSS. Right now, I will type the code like this. I am targeting, if I type letter P here, and if I open the curly brace like this, later I'll teach you again when I'm teaching about CSS. Now you are learning only the operating instructions. This is called it is called a selector. Okay, how to write selectors I will teach you. So this is name we have used of a tag. We have used the name of a tag, right? So this is called a tag selector. It's a tag selector. So inside this one, you can write the rules in the sense how it should be formatted. You can write. Now, I'm not going to focus too much on the rules because we are learning how to do only now. So let's change the color of that one. Let's change all the color to blue color. Okay. So we change that to blue color. Um, there's a small rule I have written, right? Paragraph, right? So now when you go to the web page, I'll put it to 100% view. So you can see the whole web page here. Only this one is in green color. And when I reload, see all these paragraphs will turn to blue color. And you can see every paragraph has changed to blue color except for this one, because inside that paragraph, I have typed a code here saying that that particular paragraph's color should be green, right? So that is how you will be doing the coding. So this is very simple how to do the work. Okay, let's write one or two more values, like let's say h1 tags, all the h1 tags. Now in your web page, we have one h1 tag, another h1 tag, that's all, right? Okay. And we have h2 tags, no problem. Thus h1 tags, let's put the color of the h1 tags. Let's say h1 color, we'll say we want it red. Okay, all the h1 color, all the h1s, I want it in red color. So I have typed it like that. And let's say h2, let's say all the h2 should be in purple color. Right, so this is h2, these two are h1. So I'm going to reload. And you can see h1s are in red and h2s are in purple color, right? So if you don't have a style tag, now I deleted that, I cut that part out. And if I reload this, now this is again your blank web page. There is nothing interesting going on in here. But if you put your CSS code here, what will happen is it will have the designs applied to this. Okay, it will have the designs applied to it. Okay. I hope you don't have any questions up to that. Do you have any questions in this one? I hope you understood that, right? Okay. Second method I'm going to teach you, another method I'm going to teach you, right? So two methods we learned, inline and internal. In the upcoming classes, when I'm teaching you, in the upcoming class means today itself, I'm going to do more examples. So when I'm doing that part, I will be using this particular style to demonstrate, because, I don't have to create multiple pages to explain you, right? Okay. Okay, before doing that one, let's learn the third method also, how to create an external style sheet. So I'm going to delete this page first. Okay, I deleted that. Sorry, I didn't delete, I just closed it. You can see there's a folder called WC underscore CSS. I will create a new file. Let's say file, we'll call that one as demo2 underscore external dot CSS. I'm sorry, not CSS, HTML. It's a page, right? Demo2 HTML, right? Okay, let's create the blank HTML page, right? So here we'll change CSS demos, working with external style sheets, right? So I like to copy this, and I want to put it as a heading also. I want to put a HR tag. I want to put a paragraph. I want to put another paragraph. And I will put another heading, H1 tag. Let's put that one as sample heading. And we'll put a paragraph. Just one paragraph is enough. But we will include some more text inside that. Right, let's put again H2 tags. One person is asking, how did all those tags come there? That means in the code input. Asmat, you're asking. Asma or Asmat, I don't know. Here, I don't know whether your connection got disconnected. You mean this part, Putha? This one, what I'm highlighting, this one. If it is this part, you say yes. Or you are talking about all these things. Which one? Asmat. If you respond only, I can help you. Now, if you want to take this code, this is a sample text. Okay. When you want to get that sample text, it's very simple. In a paragraph tag like this, you type P, press the tab key. Then what? Yes. Then you type LO, press the tab key. This gets generated. In a new file, how to get all the tags? It's like this. Create a new file. Let's say demo3. When it is an HTML file, before typing anything, you just type HT and it's asking what kind of a document you want to create. I want to create the second one. See, if you create this one, you will get a document like this automatically created. So when you choose this, that gets created. So simply you can type the code in inside. That's how I get the things done. Okay, right. Okay, fine, no problem. Right, next part, we will have another paragraph, then we are done. Sorry, right. So let's put on top here, which are tag. I'll put some HTML links also. Later, I will be demonstrating how beautifully we can make the codes, right? Href. Right, so let's say home. I'm just creating some, just some links, okay? Right, home. Let's say downloads. Let's say about. Contact us. It's a news. So if you reload the page, right? So we have a page external. So this is a blank HTML web page. This is a simple web page, blank in the sense it doesn't have any CSS formattings at all, right? Okay. I'll show you the folder also, how the folder looks like. I think it's in F drive. Yes. So you can see this is the folder in my F drive, wc underscore css. There are 3 files. That's all what I have. So demo2 underscore external dot html file is the one that you see here. So it is only having HTML, no other things going on in that. Right now, I'm going to give some CSS rules. If I give some CSS codes or rules for this will be nicely formatted, so it will look better, right? Now watch this. To do that, I'm not going to use my head section like in the previous method. I'm not going to use here. I'm going to create a new separate file. Inside that, I'm going to write only the style rules. And then I'm going to link those 2 files with each other. That means I'm going to link that file to the HTML file. That is the normal standard way that we do. Okay, to do that, I would like to create a folder first, right? I create a folder here, click on new folder, then I type the name CSS because I'm going to keep all my CSS documents inside CSS folder. If I want to have my JavaScript, I will keep them in JS folder. Right? I create a new file inside CSS folder, right? Then what I type is, I can give the name as style dot or my style, whatever you like. You can write custom styles, something. We'll say styles dot, or okay, styles, style.css will give, right? Style.css. Please observe that extension is CSS. Now it's a CSS code that we have here, right? So it's a blank document. No HTML will be supported here. Automatically nothing coming. Nothing coming. See, it won't work. So when you want to write right. So we're going to write the codes here. That's all what we do. We don't do much, right? We just write the codes. For example, let's say your body, the website, and I'll just write this one, okay? I'll change the background color. I will teach you later, right? Later means the upcoming examples I'm going to teach you. Let's say the background color, let's make it to something like a silver color. and I don't like the normal fonts. Let's say font family sans serif. Um, okay, so I will teach you these things for the time being. Don't worry. Right now, H1 tags, how they should be formatted. Let's say they should be in red color. H1 tag should be in red color. H2 tag should be in green color. All the paragraphs should be in blue, blue color. Right? And I can, there is a person called Rogini. Rogini, why you are unmuting? Keep your mic muted. Right. Rogini, can you keep your mic mute, please? Suleha, can you mute it, please? That.
Sir.
Can you try muting that? Right, okay, I think done. Right, thank you. Right, now we're going to do some more coding. So if you take a look at this file, I'm just having CSS code only. I know HTML, right? Okay. Now what we do more is, watch this. I'll do some coding for you. I will teach you everything. Don't worry. Right. Now take a closer look at this part. Right. So this one, I'm going to reload this. Nothing will happen now. Okay. When I reload this, nothing will happen. Right. The thing is, now you can see this is the file that you see here. And there is a folder called CSS. Inside that, there is a CSS file. Right. Okay. Let it be like that. Now we need to link these files together. That is why we say it's an external file. Now you can see this is a HTML file. This is an external file, which is called CSS, style.css. So to link that, you have to go to the head section and you have to type a code like this, link, right? You just type link and press the enter key. It will say REL, that is relevance, and it will say style sheet. Don't go and change this, just leave it. Then he's saying href, in the sense hypertext reference. In other words, it is asking the path of the file, external file it is asking. You know, this file, this particular file is referring to a file which is inside the CSS folder. That file's name is style.css. Again, watch. Demo2 underscore external.html file is referring a file inside the folder CSS, and that file name is style.css. So you have to write the code like this because the HTML file is what you have here. He is going to refer to that. So you say CSS / and you can see automatically it shows the files inside that folder, style.css. That's all the code. Now, with your HTML file, that CSS code, the codes that I wrote here, they are linked with each other. Now, if I reload the page now, you will see, and you can see these, see these HTML links. They look like buttons now. See, I just formatted the code, right? So if I remove this code, you will not see that part. If I take off that code, this section will be not visible like that. It is normal HTML links now. Okay. right? So because I added that code, it comes. We can do further codes there. Right. So once the mouse pointer comes over, the text color turns to red. Let's say the background color. Let's say we want to change the background color to something like black to gray. So if I reload it now, if the mouse pointer comes, now you can see these kind of changes can be very easily done, right? So very interesting to do because few lines of code only you have to write. And most of these lines of code you will remember because we're going to continuously write them. I want you not to worry about any of these lines of coding because we are still not learning them. I'm just showing you how it can be done. Okay. So the first method, again, I'll repeat, the first method that we learned was inside HTML tag, we can use the style tag. Then we can write the style rule like this. There is a small number of codes that we can write it. In this way, when you want to format all the paragraphs in the web page, you will have to write too much of CSS code also. That is not something good, right? So always we have to keep on writing CSS code. And what if you want to change all the paragraphs inside a web page in a similar way? So using this one is useless because each time you want to make a change, every place you will have to change, right? For that, what we use is we use internal CSS method. So this is common to the entire web page. So when you write a name of a tag here and opening, closing curly braces, inside this opening, closing curly braces, you can start writing the rules. So when you write these rules, each rule is followed by a property value, right? Property and a value. So what happens is these things will be taken into action. So it changes the front foreground color to blue, foreground color to red, and foreground color to purple. This is what it is doing. And one step further, uh, external style sheets are like this. Now, for example, in your website, if you have, for example, if you visit a website, you will realize this one, right? When you go to a website, you have similar looking web pages, right? So you have a lot of web pages, don't you? Right. So you have a lot of web pages. Uh, let's assume this is a website, right? Okay, we have 8 pages at the moment, not 8 pages. We'll have 16 pages now. Okay, 16 pages. This is one website. Okay, one website. Now, what you do is you want to format the entire website. You want to make the entire web page look same. That means you want to make, you're going to use one CSS, this one. You will make one CSS document, right? Style sheet. And what you will do is you can link that with every other web page. Yes, can or can't? You can link this. You can link that to all the other web pages. All the pages are linked with this page. Like this. Now what happens is when you make a change here, if you make a change, all these 16 pages can be updated at once. Right? For example, heading 1 should be changed in this page. If you make changes in this file, that is your external style sheet, this file, if you make a change to H1, whatever the web page that uses that style sheet, in all those web pages, that change will be reflected. So all the web pages will be updated accordingly. You can simply change in one place and all the other web pages will be simultaneously, it can be updated. So that is the benefit and that's the power of CSS where you're going to do, right? So example, if you go to a website, let's go to a website like ikman.lk, it's a local one, right? If you go to daras.lk, right? So all the e-commerce websites, right? So if you you go to duno.lk, that is electronic components you can buy, duno.lk. Um, each of these web pages, each of these websites have multiple web pages. Let's say in the Daraz.website, right? Let's go to the bottom section here and let's read something about laptops in Sri Lanka. Storage devices, battery. I want to see something like okay, let's say there is a thing called become a seller. I want to sell something in the Daraz, right? So let's click on become a seller. Let's click on here. When you click on that, that page is also loading. You can see the colors, the fonts, right? The way that it is appearing in your web page is same as all the other web pages. Let's say we go to login page. See, the title bar is same. These text are same. These headings are same, right? Let's go to sign up page, right? So that page is also looking same. It's similar looking across the website. So all the web pages are having a similar look and feel. So that is why, or that is where we are making use of external style sheets. I hope you understand that clearly, right? Okay, I think that is enough. Even in here, if you go to electronics web page, that is a electronics advertisements. So all the web pages will have a similar looking. That's what it is. Okay, let's close this one. Right. What's next? Right. So I want all of you people a small feedback from all of you. Now we have spent about half an hour time. We learned thoroughly. CSS can be used in a web page, right? Not how to. There are 3 ways that we can use. That's what I was interested in teaching you, right? There is a way how you can use it in inline internal, then external. Like this, how to use or how to add CSS in your web page. This is what we learned. Okay, can you clearly confirm that you understood this? Everybody properly understood, because from that point we're going to start learning more CSS code now. Can you confirm that? Yes. Or either put a thumbs up or something like something you put it so it's clear. Very rarely now you people open your mic and speak, neither, right? All right. So if there is any doubts, anybody who is having any issues, I can help you. That's why I asked. Okay, seems like it's clear. And if you do have any clarification, you can again watch this video, right? Right. Let's go to the lesson again. Right. Now, let's understand the syntax now. Okay, let's understand the syntax of a CSS code, right? So that is the next example I'm going to teach you. Right. So we will close this, right, and close this. Let's go to this one also closing. I'm taking demo 3 page, but I want to rename that page. Demo 3. I want to teach you syntax. Syntax means usually the rules, right? So let's open that. And it's a blank HTML page, right? Let's say CSS syntax. Okay. I'm not going to do too much of code. I'm just going to have a heading. And a paragraph. Just a lengthy paragraph. Okay. One, one heading and one paragraph. Just to explain you, that is enough. Now here I will be doing like this. Let's go to the web page. Let's open that. Right now you can see like this, right? Here I will start style. Right. Now I'm going to teach you the parts for you, right? I'm going to teach you the parts for you, how it's going to work, right? Let's first of all give a selector, H1. And this is the one which is going to affect in your web page, which means now I have used a tag selector. In future, I will teach you uh, class selector, ID selector, form selector, likewise different type of selection methods are there. I'll be teaching you how you can use them individually or one by one, right? So that's what I wanted to show you first of all. So first I'm going to say, let's write one rule inside this one as a color. Let's put color, then we will write red. Color red. Now, if I type color red, you can see this is called the selector, right? This is called the selector. And this part is known as a declaration, which has two sections. One is the property separated by a colon and the value. Okay. Property, then you have a value, right? Now, let's say you want to change the font also. Let's say font family, for example, right? Font, or else let's say font size. Let's say font size, we want to put 20px. So font size is the property and 20px is the value. So selector, then you have opening, closing curly brace. Inside this opening, closing curly braces only, we will be typing our CSS rules. How you type? Property, value, property, value, property, value. That is how you do that. So this is a simple example how you can write CSS codes. This is the style that we're going to follow in our programs, right? So when I reload that, you can see it is getting formatted nicely like this. Okay, so that's the basic idea about the syntax, how it's going to work, right? Now we're going to learn how we can write different types of selectors, right? So that I will teach you. After that, I'll teach you the rules, okay, right? How to write the selectors. Right, so for each one, I'll have a file created for you, so it's easy for you to work, right? Um, I'll duplicate this file, Control C, Control V, and I'll rename that. So I will change that as demo4 underscore selectors.html. Fine. So we'll say CSS selectors, right? And let this code be here like that. And I want to add some more code to this. Let's put two h1 tags. And one h2 tag. Okay. So let's reload the page. Not that page. So this is again a very sample pages there because I already have written a code here. Okay, now fine. So this is how the page looks. Each time when we want to practice, we want a blank page to practice, okay? Because each time we are doing something. Right, now I'm going to teach you how to write the selectors and how to use them, right? Okay. Very first one is the basic one, which is going to be name tag. Okay. Using a tag selector, right? So it is more like you just mention the name of a tag and you brought open, close curly braces, and you can write whatever you want, right? So you can write the formattings or you can write the CSS rules inside this. Um, you can do a lot of codes. I don't want to bother much because I don't want you to focus too much on these things. I want you to focus on the syntax, how to write. Okay, name of a tag you use, open, close curly braces. Inside that, you can start typing property, then value. Property, then value. That is how you should do it. If I reload this, you can see all the paragraphs are in red color and they are center aligned. You can see they are center aligned, okay? See, they are center aligned, right? Well, the next one is I'm going to teach you how you can make use of ID tags. Okay, id tags and class tags I'm going to use. Right, so one by one, let me teach you. Okay. Um, Now you can see all these tags, all these paragraphs are formatted, right? Last tag, last paragraph tag, I'll give something like ID is assign the value. ID tags can be used by JavaScript also, CSS also, we can use them. ID, assign the value. I'll give a name. Okay, let me tell my last para. Okay, that is the name of that this paragraph. My last para I have given like this. Okay. Now, if you reload, there'll be no change. Okay, the call for the prayers is going on. Give me about 2 minutes. Okay, after that we'll continue. Okay, students, thank you very much for waiting. We will continue the class, right? Right. So for this particular paragraph, I have uniquely given a name, or in other words, an identifier, which I use the ID attribute like this, equal sign, then I gave a name like this, right? My last para. Now, if I reload that, you will see no change in my codes. These are just the general um, CSS code that I wrote is working. Now let's do one thing. We'll go up here. And this is the previous code that I wrote for the tag select. It's working. Now let's use the ID selector now. Right. So ID select, I'm writing these comments for you because then you can refer them later. Right. Okay. Now watch this. For ID selectors, what you use is you can use the hash mark like this. You can use the hash mark like this and the name, right? So it's my last para, right? So that's all you used, right? My last para. And what you do is you start typing the code, right? Let's say you want to have the text alignment to left and you want the We'll put a color for that also, right? Already it's red. Let's put green. Right. Let's reload this and see what happens. Now we'll see whether we can target only this paragraph and we can have a formatting on that. Let's reload this. There you can see we target only that particular paragraph by using an ID attribute. And please make sure when you are giving ID tags, right? When you give an ID for one control, no, sorry, not control. When you give ID to one particular tag or a part, do not use the same ID to another place. Please don't do that, right? So only use ID once, okay? So if you want to use multiple places, multiple times, if you want to use the settings, I'll show you another method is there, which is called the class attribute, right? I'll teach you that separately. I hope this part is clear. ID attribute is used like that, right? ID, you give a name. You can use any name that you like, but avoid starting with numbers and other symbols, right? Just start with characters. And if you really want here, you can use 1, 2, 3 if you want, right? Okay. Right, that's it. That's done, right? Now let's go for another one and let's do. I'll show you one more code in here, right? So let's put a div tag. Div is a surrounding tag, nothing much. Div is a surrounding tag. Inside that, you can have more tags. Let's say h3. I'm inside the div tag. Let's put, sorry. Right. So we have a div tag like this. Let's say you want to format this div tag, right? So here you type ID. You say, my special info. Let's say you want to have this one formatted, but you have given an ID called my special info. So you go to the up section and you can use the hash mark and you can type my special info and you can start typing. Now, you should understand div tag is a parent tag. Inside the div tag, we have a h3 tag, paragraph, 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 right? So you should understand the settings that you apply to this one will affect all these things, right? So if you reload this, so this is already in the previous settings. Now, if I simply say here, just if I say color, let's say purple. If I say color purple, so heading, paragraph, paragraph, everything will be in purple, right? So this one is not in purple because for paragraphs, we have written a CSS code here, paragraphs, right? That is why it's not working. Right. So without writing that, what we're going to do is we're going to write, now we say ID tag, then we say space, and we type H3. That means inside that, if a H3 comes, how it should be formatted. Let's say color purple, right? Let's put another one. This is for your learning purpose I'm teaching, okay? Hash mark, my special info, paragraph. Inside that, if a paragraph comes, let's format that to orange color, right? Now now you can see this is in purple color. See, this is in purple color and these things are in orange color. Okay, so that is possible for you to do it very easily. I hope you understand that. 3 types of selectors we learned. First of all, tag selectors, not 3 types, 2 types. Tag selectors and ID selectors. Now I'm going to teach you another one, which is called class selectors. Class selectors, right? I can demonstrate that one in the same project. I'm wondering whether it will be confusing you, right? So I will do it in another page, right? Class selector, I'll do it separately for you because there are so many colors and settings going on here. It might confuse you. That's why I can do it in here, right? Or else I can do that also. We'll do it, right? Down here we'll create some paragraphs, right? So let's create around 5 paragraphs, right? So let's say I'm going to say para 1 like this. Okay, so let's have just Hope so. Okay. Okay. Now if you take a look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 5 paragraphs are there. So if I reload that, so there are just 5 paragraphs here. They are looking red color because of this particular coding. Because of this particular coding. If I don't have that code, it will not work. See, they are just normal text now. Okay. But I need them because I need to teach you tag selectors as well. That is why I'm having it. So let it be there, no problem. So it's like this. Now let's say I want to format this one, this one, this one in a similar way. This one, and this one that means first one, third and fourth. I want to format in a similar way. As a hash. Oh, there was a question asked why hashtag is not added to other things. Yes, reason is there are different ways that you can write the selectors. I will explain you why and what is a selector. First of all, in our web page, we have elements like this. We have elements. So we want to target one and we want to format it. සිංහලෙන් කියනවා මෙන්න මේ H1 කියන කොටස ඔයා සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්න තෝරගන්න ඊට පස්සේ ඒක ෆෝමැට් කරන්න පටන් ගන්න ෆෝමැට් කරනවා කියන්නේ ඕක ඩෙකොරේට් කරනවා හරි මොනවාර දෙයක් කරනවා අන්න එහෙම තෝරගන්න එපා ඕක සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්න එපා යන්න එහෙම සිලෙක්ට් කරගන්න යූස් කරන ක්‍රම තමයි මේ සිලෙක්ටර්ස් කියලා අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න. එතකොට ඒක කරන්න ක්‍රම කීපයක් තියෙනවා. එකෙන් එකක් තමයි tag selector කියලා කියන්නේ. tag select එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ කෙලින්ම tag එක විතරක් අපි type කරනවා. දැන් paragraph කියන්නේ p tag එකක් තියෙනවානේ. H1 කියන tag එකක්. ඒ වගේම HR කියන tag එකක්. ඊට පස්සේ අපිට ඕන නම් use කරන්න පුළුවන් A කියන්නේ tag එකක්. anchor tags. IMG කියන image tags. ඔන්න ඔහොම දාලා ඒක format වෙන්න අපිට ලියන්න පුළුවන් coding. So එතකොට ඒක tag select එක කියන්නේ. hash mark එක දාන්නේ අපි ID selectors වලට. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි නමක් දෙනවා. එක කොටසකට විතරක් නමක් දෙනවා. සුවිශේෂී නමක් දෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි unique නමක් දෙනවා මෙන්න මේ විදිහට. අන්න එහෙම නමක් දීලා අපි තෝරගන්නවා නම් අපි ඒකට කියනවා ID එකකින් choose කරනවා කියලා. ඒතකොට ID එකක් දෙනකොට අපි අනිත් ඒවට ඒ නම දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ එක කොටසකට විතරයි ඒක දෙන්නේ. ඒක අපි කියන්නේ unique name එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ අනිත් කොටස් වලට අර අපි කලින් දුන්න name එක එහෙම නැත්නම් මෙහෙම මේ වගේම තව පාරක් අපි my last para කියලා තව තැනක use කරන්න යන්නේ නැහැ. අපි එහෙම කරන්නේ නැහැ. හරිද? ID කියන්නේ ඒක uniquely use කරනවා. හරිද? ඒ දෙක තමයි මම මෙච්චර වෙලා explain කරේ දැන් කරන්න යන්නේ තව එකක්. මම හිතන්නේ සුපුන් නේද? සපු okay right තේරුණා යාට right thank you. Now watch this students. Now we have 5 paragraphs. This paragraph and this paragraph I want to format it in a similar way. So what you do is you can use style, then you can write code in there. When you comment the tag selectors only, new 5 paragraphs got normal. But why didn't previous paragraphs get like that? Which one, Buddha? Make another. When I comment this one, make a comment කරාම මේ තුන නැතුව ඉතුරු ටික වෙනස් වුණේ ඇයි කියලා අහනවා. Right? Asma is Asmat is asking. Because students, for this part is inside my special info div box. Inside that headings, if it comes, I have written a rule. It should be in purple. And inside my special info div box, if a paragraph comes, it should be in orange color. I have given a rule here. Rule දෙකක් ලියලා තියෙනවා. Because of that only, this part is not changing. I have given a rule for that. Okay, right. Now at the top, what I have written is, in this web page, wherever a paragraph comes, it should be in red color and it should be center aligned. That is why everything is trying to get formatted like that. Okay. Okay, Asmat, I hope you understand that. Right. Next part we will do. Right. Next part we will do. Next part in the sense, we'll explain it. Oh, time has flown. Right. Okay. Well, why is it? I will give here class. So you give a class selector, right? So when you say a class can share common features, right? So if you take in if you take a reptile class now in if you take this kind of a thing, all these animals, they are reptiles. Okay, unfortunately snakes are not there. Well, so okay, these are all of them as reptiles, right? So they all share common features. That is why we say it is uh, it is belonging to a particular class, right? So that's the same meaning here. Common similar things, we group them together. So that's why we say it's a class. So these animals directly don't have any relationship to CSS, right? So I'm saying say class, let's type we'll say para style 1. Okay, para style 1. So I will copy this part and I will put that to paragraph 3 and paragraph 4. Okay, so you can see first paragraph, third and fourth paragraphs having a class attribute saying class is assigned the value para style 1. Right, we save that one. We'll reload this page, nothing will happen. First paragraph, which is that, and third and fourth, we want to format. So now I will go here, come up here, and let's write class selectors. Okay. So when you want to use class selectors, you can use a dot sign like this, and you can use the name of it, right? I forgot the name. What did I use? Para style 1, I think. Para style 1. Okay. So you can give a style for that. Para style 1. We will give text decoration underline. All the text should be underlined. We'll say text alignment. That should be right aligned. And let's say font size, let's say 25px. So it will be big like that. And color also, let's change. We'll put the color to something like what color we'll put? Uh, Olive color we'll put, right? Okay. So when I reload this, see, you can see the font size is big, font size is big, font size is big, right aligned, and olive color. See, these paragraphs are only getting affected. So when you want more than one part to be formatted similarly, so I want this paragraph, sorry, this paragraph, and this paragraph to be formatted in a similar way, I used my class name. Now I'll show you a small problem with this method. You go inside a heading 3, and you say class and use that name, para style 1. Right? Actually, we have designed this para style only to format paragraphs. Now I use the same class name to a heading, right? And we'll see whether this paragraph, this heading will be changing. See, that is also got changed. Side got changed. So that is a problem, okay? Now what we do is, let this code be there. Let it be here. Now you go up here, and in front of this, you use something called the tag name dot the class name. That means paragraph dot para style 1. That means it should be a paragraph tag and it should have the class name para style. If that part is there only, it will have, right? So can I have all the files that we did previous classes, because I lost all programs. Let's see, right? So I'll reload this. And there you can see it is intact. Now there is no problem. Only paragraphs will be affected. So I will delete this code and I'll clean the code for you, right? So that's the code that we have, right? So that is the basic part that we learned. So we learned thoroughly two things. One, how to write the CSS codes inside the web page. 3 methods are there: inline, internal, external. I showed you practically how to do them. Then I started telling you what is a selector syntax. I taught you. There's a selector and opening, closing curly braces. Inside that, you will write the rules. So property and a value you write separated by a semicolon. And after that, we started learning about the selectors. They are very important. Selectors are the ones in a web page, you have a lot of HTML elements. Which part to be selected and formatted is done through the selectors. So tag selectors we have, ID selectors we have, and we have class selectors. So next class, I will be teaching you something like form selectors also, but that's not very much important. So after that, we're going to learn the parts like how to change the colors, background colors, images, margins, borders, paddings, all those kind of things going to come. Maybe when we do another 2 or 3 classes, you will be learning a lot in CSS, right? Let me share these files to you, then you can finish the session and you can join for the photography class if you are there, right? Okay, let me zip this file, the whole thing, then it's easy for you. I'm just normal zip I did, right? This is CSS demos, or this should be WC CSS. Okay, now I'm adding it to the chat window, students. Here I'm adding it. There you go. Please download that. One person asked all the files. If you want the HTML files, it's here. I'll give you that one as well. Here that file is also there. Apuda. WC web is there. That is that WC web is the whole thing is for HTML and everything, video clip to up to everything is there. That file, those who want, you can download the WC web. WC_CSS is the files that we did today. Okay. That is enough for today then, students. Let's join for the next session. Within about 1 to 2 minutes, I will be starting the photography class. See you all in the next session then. Take care. God bless you all. See you then. Bye.